everybody? Welcome to the channel. You guys made it. Before I start off this video, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's shown support, who's subscribed, who's always commenting in the comments. I see you guys. I really appreciate it. Today I want to talk about the Fd2 conversion. Now, there's a lot of things about this conversion that aren't said and that should be addressed, and I think that's part of the reason why I made this video, is because I wanted to help you guys basically make this video kind of like a forum, especially the comments, to just help people out, because I know, like I said, there's not a lot of stuff on this conversion on the internet, and I want this video right here to help anybody who has the 8th gen Civic and that they want to do the Type R conversion, whether it be OEM or aftermarket, which is in my case. So let's go ahead and take a look at the car, guys. So this is a 2008 Honda Civic Si. The front end is aftermarket. In the description, I'm gonna show all of the parts, all of the links. Unfortunately, I don't know where my best friend got my front end, so I can't really link that, but I could show you guys who has front end Fd2 aftermarket kits. Going along to the back, I don't have the full conversion on the back. I just have the tail lights and the trunk, but you can run the USDM Civic bumper, which I'm doing right now. So, but we're gonna get into that in a little bit. What I wanna get into right now is the front end. So let's go ahead and start off this front end. So when you buy this front end, you're gonna get a couple things, right? You're gonna get the hood, you're gonna get the fenders, you're gonna get the front bumper, the headlights, the headlight brackets. Guys, one more thing I forgot to mention is this front lip. So most of the kits that you buy online, they will come with a Mugen front lip or style, Mugen style front lip. This is a Jay's Racing style front lip. The Jay's Racing lip sits a little bit lower than the Mugen. Mugen sits out a little bit forward. So depending on your likes, you can get different aftermarket lips for your vehicle as well. And that's pretty much it. So when you get it, it comes unpainted. This is a metal hood, so some places have like a FRP or a poly hood. I recommend to get the metal hood. The hood is an FD1. This is based off of the FD1 platform. I want everybody to understand that even though it's FD2 front, it uses FD1 components like the fenders. So yeah, the fenders are not wide fenders like the FD2. They are based on the FD1. So they custom made a front bumper that emulates the FD2 and fitted it with FD1 fenders. So that's why they aren't as wide on the sides, and you guys can tell. I'll place a picture on the screen so that way you guys can see how wide the FD2 fenders are, but honestly, people really can't even tell the difference. The grill is molded, so it's all a one-piece mold. That is an OEM emblem or badge, however you want to call it. When I bought that actual kit, I believe I paid around $1,600 shipped, and my friend, like I said, ordered it for me. I'm not sure where he exactly got it. Now, there's a couple places where you could find this kit right now currently. I know of 2 places. One is Hardmotion. I'll go ahead and, like I said, post the links down below. Also TNA Autosports in California. Those are the only 2 that I know. And I know there are some sellers on eBay. If they're trusted sellers, hey, send it. The headlights, they are depot headlights. So you're gonna get the clear headlights when you get this specific front end aftermarket. Let's talk a little bit about fitment, right? So the fitment on this is not the greatest. I did get some fender brackets, quick release brackets. So let me go ahead and turn the wheel so that way I can show you guys real quick. All right, so traditionally the quick release will be drilled into the outside, but in this case I have it on the inside. So the push button is actually in here, and you push this button and it releases. These fenders are notorious for breaking, so that's kind of why I did that, so that way my bumper doesn't fly off. And then all you do is just push it back and it clicks into place. Gentleman by the name of Michael, or iWingless, I'll post his Instagram handle down so you guys can ask if he's still making them. They come with the quick release and the brackets. And then also he makes these brackets to help your bumper from sagging. So I just bought those, but I haven't put them on yet, but I'll go ahead and post a picture of how they look like on the screen. I know he makes limited amounts, but I'm sure if you hit him up, he can probably make some. Especially the HN community, a lot of people are close-knit, so it's definitely good to have those kind of people that are helping and supporting. All right, quick side note, almost forgot. This is probably one of the most important things. When you have an aftermarket front end, they will not give you the brackets. These are FD1 brackets, and for aftermarket kits only, you use the black fender brackets, okay? Now, if you're doing OEM, then you will need the white brackets. Those are the wider fenders that I was talking about earlier. Again, you cannot switch these brackets. They will not fit for either or. It's either FD1 or FD2. So just remember, white is FD2 and black is FD1. So your blinkers, which are going to be these ones right here, your turn signals. Now, when you get this, you're going to have to switch your turn signal socket. And I'll leave the link again down in the description so you guys know where to go and get it. And you just basically have to rewire. So you're gonna have to cut your existing front turn signals and splice and wire up those two sockets. And I believe they run 7443 bulbs. You can get those anywhere. And the USDM one, I believe the socket was really, really big, whereas the JDM, a little smaller. So when you get the fenders, you have the cutout for the side markers. Now these are OEM Stanley side markers, and yes, they should be upside down. That's something that, you know, known for checking if it's like real or not, if it's upside down. But yeah, so they're Stanley OEM FD2 side markers. So I had to order those. I had to order the front badge or emblem, whatever you call it. And then I had to get the harness to plug into here and tap into my turn signal harness. So you're gonna have to do a bit of wiring. I'm pretty sure you can look up like a diagram or anything like that to just splice into the harness. I basically just spliced into the harness, rewrapped it, and good to go. So your crash bar, right? The USDM crash bar on this sits a little bit thicker than the JDM because of the way the bumper is shaped. It's more on a curved design. So I'm gonna go ahead and post a picture. The bottom corners will hit the bumper, so you will need to trim both edges of that so that way you don't have any fitment issues. All right guys, so that concludes the front end of it. If you guys do think of anything else, please leave a comment down below. Like I said, I want the comments down below to be a forum to help people. If anybody has any questions, they can ask down below and hopefully people will respond and help. I notice a lot of people are asking me on my Instagram questions about the conversion, and I figure if I make a video of how everything is, you guys can have all the parts down below, all the links and everything like that. Now we're gonna move on to the rear of the car. All right guys, so here is the rear of the car. When getting the rear end parts, I know the trunk is the main component that you need in addition to the lights. So the trunk, this trunk actually came off of an Acura CSX from Canada. Essentially, Canada's version of the SI N-Type R is the FD5. I'll post a picture up so you guys can see. Yes, in Canada, they are known as Acuras, not Civics. A couple different things like, you know, leather heated seats and folding mirrors and stuff like that. But yeah, it has all the Acura branding, but the lights are essentially the same as the FD2. So I went ahead and got the cheaper route. I got FD5 taillights, which you could see they are OEM. I don't know if you can see, it says Honda right there. And as well as the trunk is an Acura or Honda trunk. So it's an FD5, but essentially, like I said, it's the same thing. The only difference on the JDM version is this piece right here extends out, whereas the Canadian, they have the clear blinker on the side, which I think is a lot better. The JDM looks nice and it looks flush, like correct all the way around, but the FD5 has this clear piece here, which I like for the blinker, kind of stands out a little bit more. I saved a lot of money. Shout out to homie Calvin. Calvin, if you're watching this, bro, he really helped me out in the beginning with just parts and stuff. So FD5, right? Essentially the same thing as the FD2. And you can run the USDM Civic rear bumper with this setup. So the only difference with the bumpers is, if you could tell, I'm gonna show you guys from the side profile here, that the taillights sit out a little bit more. So your USDM bumper is not as thick as the JDM bumper. So that's the only difference. It sits out a little bit more. So you can run USDM rear bumper with the trunk and the taillights. All right guys, so now we have, this is a JDM bumper and it's my friend's. And basically it is a rep bumper, but I just want to say that you will have to modify your exhaust because the way that the bumper sits and the diffuser sits, the exhaust is going to hit on the left side. So you need to push it more right, maybe adjust the hangers or modify your exhaust. So just a quick reminder, if you're doing JDM, rep or OEM, you will need to adjust that. Eventually I will get a rear JDM bumper. The wing is off of an Acura CSX as well. It is not an OEM part, but it's like a rep part. It is carbon. Got lucky and it was white. I know it's a little bit off, but I plan on getting OEM stuff later on down the road. Tail lights. Now, I did a video on this and I can link you guys down below how I did the rear end and what you need to do to get the lights to fit in. Because what happens is, inside here, and I'm going to show a picture, the headlights won't fit. You need to cut into the actual frame a little bit to fit the top post, because there's nothing to screw into, so you need to buy brackets and all that stuff. Like I said, I'm going to link the video down below. Essentially the bulbs I think are the same. If not, I'll go ahead and post the parts down in the description so you guys can see that process. And then also you will need to buy the pigtails for the reverse. So on the USDM reverse, I believe your reverse is on this light, so it's all on the outside for the reverse. But the reverse on the JDM, or in this case the Canadian, your reverse is going to be here, so it's going to be on the trunk when you lift up. So what you're going to have to do is extend wires from that actual harness up through the liner and into the bulb, and you're going to get the pigtails. I'll go ahead and put that in the description as well. So you're going to need the reverse bulbs, the pigtails, and you should be good with the lights and the trunk. And then, like I said, it's optional to run the rear bumper. I highly recommend it just for the fittings, but you can't really tell, like I said, the side, if you look at it from the side or underneath, but honestly from the rear, you cannot really tell at all. So, and fitment is really good. I do recommend OEM, guys. That's why it looks the way that it looks. Pretty much it for the rear end. If I do think of anything, I'll go ahead and put a comment down below. If I have forgotten anything, you guys can remind me about bulb sizes and stuff like that. And like I said, I want this video to be a place where people can come to figure out how to do the JDM conversion on the Civic Si HN, I believe from 2006 to 2011. If you guys have any questions, like I said, you can hit me up on my Instagram, hit me up here in the comments. Don't be afraid to ask me. I know a lot of people get discouraged and like, you know, like, hey, like if you see this or whatever, but it's like, bro, I'm just like a regular person. I love cars and I don't consider myself any higher than anybody else. You know, I just have a lot of people that follow my car and that enjoy the same stuff that I do and that you do. As far as the side skirts, they are aftermarket as well. I did manage to get this from a gentleman who had wrecked his Civic, and I had gotten them for around $300. I will link where you can find the aftermarket because the OEM is so hard to find, and that's a whole nother process in itself. The OEM ones, you're gonna have to drill into the side of the car, whereas the aftermarket ones, you can just bolt it in on each side, as well as some 3M adhesive. I know CF Spec has some of those, and they have many different styles. So like I said, I'm gonna link them in the description down below. My visors, they're OEM. You can probably get them from Honda online or your local dealer. They're still in production, I believe. So getting into the interior of the car, this is optional. Obviously some people care about the interior, some people don't. But I do have some pieces on the inside that replicate the FD2R as well. That is starting off with the bezel there, the overlay, if you guys can see that. I did order that from Russia. It is aftermarket, but pretty much gives the OEM vibe, and it's just something, you know, when you're in the car, makes a big difference. The little things make the big difference. I'll go ahead and link them down below in the description if you guys want to order that. This centerpiece here with the sliding door is off of a CSX, like I said, a FD5. I got lucky with that. I actually did a trade with somebody for some fender flares for this. So in Canada, there is a shop or a marketplace, kind of like an offer up, called Kijiji. If you type in FD5 or CSX Type S or FD5 parts, some stuff should pop up, or even on eBay, you guys can search it. I'm pretty sure you could find it. And I also got a Type R badge from a real genuine Type R centerpiece, number 10,702. So I went ahead and put that on there. I know it's gonna piss people off, you know, it's not a real R or whatever, but hey, this is my build and I do what I want. I try to put timestamps down below so that way you guys can actually see like where it is in the video. You can skip ahead or whatever like that. And hopefully if I could just help one person out, that would be amazing. I am down to help. I mean, I love cars, I love Hondas. We're almost at 4,000 subscribers.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
That's a big deal to me. So comment down below, guys. Just comment, help people out. I'm really just trying to help the HN community, and I'm really just trying to get this FD2 conversion video out there so that way you guys have another tool or another video that you guys can look at. Because I was looking online on YouTube, and a lot of these videos, they don't show anything. They don't show anything in depth. They don't have any parts. They don't have any links. They don't have nothing. It's just a bare bone video. Now, I'm pretty sure with the FD2 OEM front, it's pretty much a lot straightforward than this. You obviously have your grill piece, which screws into the bumper and pretty much supports the actual front end. Whereas this, you kind of have to finesse it, get some brackets and stuff like that. Do I want the OEM? Yes, that's why I'm continuing to look for parts for this. I have the middle front grill piece. I have some headlights on the way. And yeah, I just want to concentrate on getting the front end OEM as well. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys want to see more stuff from me and the car, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Really helps me out. Like the video as well, guys. I want this video to get a lot of likes so that way the algorithm can kick this in and show people the video, man. Hit me up on Instagram if you have any questions, or just in the comments down below. I'm always willing to help everybody. My name is Vicwavy. See you guys in the next one. Peace.